Squid Game appeared out of nowhere in 2021 and quickly became a global phenomenon. After months of rumors and speculation, Season 2 has finally been confirmed. Prepare for more twisted competitions. Since it started creating and acquiring original content in 2013, Netflix has hosted several huge successes, including House of Cards, Stranger Things, Ozark, and more. However, it's doubtful that many people would have predicted that a South Korean drama about a deadly series of children's games would become the biggest global phenomenon in the streaming service's history before the debut of Squid Game in 2021. After a 12-year struggle, Squid Game Season 1 was finally released. Major producers were approached by the creator Hwang Dong-hyuk in 2009. The concept, however, was viewed back then as being completely absurd, too idealistic, and without any foundation. All of his creator-related criticism was thrown out of the window in 2021 when the show was finally released on Netflix as a 9-episode series. Squid Game, which had a production cost of $21.4 million, became one of the most watched South Korean dramas on Netflix. The series, which featured an ensemble cast and was the most watched on Netflix, garnered more than 1.42 million subscribers and was the most watched program in 94 different countries. The actors in the show made history for their outstanding performances, and they attracted attention from all over the world. The first season of Squid Game centered on a group of regular people who were invited to participate in the competition's title event, a covert contest with dire repercussions for the losers. It's simple to assert that no one would participate in Squid Game if they knew they could die horribly. But when put to the test, the majority continue to participate. Those chosen all have significant financial burdens to bear, the kind of debt that can make life one big ball of stress. The players are on board if winning the game can make their miserable lives a little bit easier. Squid Game arrived on the scene with favorable critical acclaim and rode the wave of enthusiastic word of mouth to record-breaking Netflix viewership. It comes as no surprise that Squid Game Season 2 will be released. The only question is how long will fans have to wait? Netflix has officially given Squid Game Season 2 the green light, which means new episodes of Hwang Dong-hyuk's dystopian survival drama are on the way. Fortunately, this season won't take quite as long as Season 1, which reportedly took Dong-hyuk 10 years to write. When asked if the hit series would return, Netflix co-CEO and chief content officer Ted Sarandos said, quote, "Absolutely, the Squid Game universe has just begun." The streamer hasn't announced a specific date for the release of new episodes, but Hwang Dong-hyuk, the man behind Squid Game, said in October that he hopes Season 2 of the game will come out no later than 2024, as production on Season 2 will start at some point in 2023. Before we go any further, we wanted to let you know that it's time for you to smash that like button if you haven't done it already. Considering how many people died in Season 1, Season 2's cast is considerably smaller. That suggests that various new characters will need to be introduced in the future. Dong-hyuk confirmed that the main character, Song Gi-hoon, aka Player 456, as well as game overseer the Frontman, will return. Additionally, Dong-hyuk suggested that the man in the suit with Dakji might be back. Whatever you do, don't agree to play if he offers. Cho Sang-hoo, Oh Il-nam, and fan favorite Kang Se-byuk were all significant cast members in Season 1, but it seems highly unlikely that they will appear in any capacity in Season 2, given how that season turned out for them. Nothing, however, is off the table. Despite all of this, characters that died in the games could still show up in flashbacks. There's also the fact that Wang Jun-ho, the police officer who was shot in Season 1, was never officially declared dead. Who knows then? Maybe he'll come back as well. Gi-hoon wins after the Season 1 finale after the large field of competitors has been reduced, frequently in a graphic manner. Gi-hoon, a changed man, makes the decision to travel to the United States to see his family. However, just before boarding the aircraft, Gi-hoon makes a last-minute decision not to, seemingly intending to stop any other needy South Koreans from taking part in the games. The plot of Squid Game Season 2 will continue to center on Gi-hoon, demonstrating that all people have the potential to be good, as Dong-hyuk previously explained. The show has two options if it chooses to go in this direction, which seems to be the case. In the first, Gi-hoon might try to convince others to play the game by exposing its corruption and inhumanity from the outside. After all, he's now a much richer man. In the second, Gi-hoon might return to the game itself, having learned more about its mechanics and ultimate goals. Even though the second scenario seems improbable, Gi-hoon shouldn't play the same game that nearly cost him his life. It is more likely that the former, more plausible scenario would eliminate a large portion of what makes Squid Game so enjoyable, the games themselves. Gi-hoon did stay true to himself throughout all the games, but by the end of Squid Game Season 1, he was clearly broken. Before witnessing Song-hoo kill Se-byok, Gi-hoon had to battle his best friend to death. Player 001, who was actually in charge of the games the entire time and manipulated Player 456's friendship, betrayed Gi-hoon's trust as well. Last but not least, Gi-hoon arrived home to discover his mother had passed away. Gi-hoon is experiencing what may be the worst phase of his life, despite winning the games and becoming a millionaire. Gi-hoon's attempt to put an end to the games was hinted at in the Squid Game Season 1 finale, but doing so will undoubtedly be difficult given how long the games have been going on. Even so, Player 456 will have to stop being a hero and start acting like the worst version of himself if Gi-hoon is to have any chance of stopping the frontman. It is clear that both Oh Il-nam and the Squid Game staff know Gi-hoon just as well as he knows himself. They could manipulate Gi-hoon's desire for vengeance, which serves as a compelling reason for his return, and put it to their advantage by using challenges based on his own experiences to continue to play mental games with him. Even after Gi-hoon triumphed in the first competition, they could continue to control him through psychological torture, because it would be difficult for him to sabotage the games. A fresh iteration of the Squid Game's Battle Royale could be influenced by Gi-hoon's life. Gi-hoon's addiction to horse betting may inspire the frontman to set up competitions based on horse racing, on driving as a result of Gi-hoon's unsuccessful attempt to become a chauffeur, or even on an expanded version of Dakji, which Gi-hoon now associates with the salesman and the impending tragedy of Squid Game. The Squid Game staff may use Se-byok's murder, Oh Il-nam's betrayal, Song-hoo's self-inflicted defeat, and Gi-hoon's failure to keep custody of his daughter and save his mother as inspiration to torture him when Gi-hoon returns on his own intention. Oh Il-nam genuinely believed that Squid Game gives needy people a fair chance to change their luck, while also helping them in feeling alive in their final moments. He could relate to the playground theme of the games because it was related to his own experiences, and it made him feel at home in the competition, which helped him ignore the suffering of his victims. Now that he's gone, the frontman and the Squid Game staff are free to change the games and up the violence. And because of this, you need to smash that subscribe button and notification bell so you'll never miss any of our videos in the future. Gi-hoon had to face several more quandaries in order to win the games, and a similar thing could happen now as he attempts to defeat the frontman. Squid Game Season 2 will need Gi-hoon to change, but it would be most interesting for the plot if, by the end of the season, he still had some redeeming qualities. See you in the next video!